Elections for parliament in 2010 left many in Egypt with a profound sense that the National Democratic Party is here to stay. Although the vote was roundly condemned by human rights and electoral groups as riddled with fraud, it left the NDP with almost complete legislative control, critical to setting the terms of the presidential race. Without minimal representation in parliament, parties cannot field candidates in the presidential race. And the outlawed Muslim Brotherhood, even if it had seats formally held by a group-backed party, cannot run anyone at all. Speculation is strong that President Mubarak, at 82, may be preparing his son, Gamal, a former investment banker, to assume power. On the streets, that scenario is ridiculed as hereditary democracy, as in nearby Syria. But the dynamics may be different here in Egypt. Since 1952, every Egyptian president has come from the military. Media publisher Hisham Qassem says the military and security backbone of the state is committed to a system, not a family or clan, and especially not to the man Qassem refers to by his Western nickname.
If anybody thinks the generals, once Mubarak Sr. is gone, are going to sit there and smile and, allow little Jimmy to become the next president, this is really unrealistic.
Another general could succeed Mr. Mubarak, according to some Egyptians. They say the most likely is Omar Suleiman, Egypt's director of intelligence. Suleiman heads one of the more pervasive security services in the Arab world and is also known for his diplomatic efforts, including, so far in vain, reconciling the bitterly split Palestinians. Another possible contender is Nobel Peace Prize winner and former UN nuclear chief Mohammed El-Baradei. He has said he'll run if the constitution is amended, but that's unlikely given the domination of the NDP. Even El-Baradei's plan to collect signatures from the public demanding change could prove futile. The NDP-dominated parliament can easily ignore it, unless the state feels the risk of massive demonstrations, a challenge under Egypt's strict security laws. Publisher Hisham Qassem.
Collecting signatures is one thing, and getting people to go out in the street is another. See? The bulk of people who are signing will not go out in a demo.
But independent activist Ahmed Salah believes Egypt is not as stable as many in the West believe.
Everything is deteriorating constantly, and people are building more and more pressure that would come out in waves of violence because they are under a combination of despair and fear. They are so afraid because once they do anything political, they go to hell.
Hell, for Salah and thousands of other opposition figures, is the well-documented abuse suffered by detainees. Qassem thinks the chances are good that whatever happens in the 2011 presidential elections, the situation in Egypt will likely remain very much the same. Elizabeth Arrott, VOA News, Cairo.